Hi everybody, welcome to Table for Two. I'm Oneizie.
And I'm the Elusive Bigfoot.
Today we're discussing our games that start with the letter I. We're kind of going over in videos all our games alphabetically, A through Z. We're doing only the base games and not expansions of the games. Those will be in a different video. And we're also going to group versions together under the same letter. So all the Carcassones will be under C, and all of the fluxes will be under F, and so forth like that. But we are starting with the letter I, and what are some of your letter I choices?
All right, well, let's start with one of them. The first one I'm going to pull out is Innovation. Innovation is a game where it is a deck, it's a deck building game where you're going through the different eras of time, and you need to pull up these cards and put them into your tableau. And what you get certain points or certain abilities based on the symbols that are on the card. What drew me to this game and why I'm mentioning it is you have the ability to meld to the left, to the right, up or down. There's different symbols all the way around the card. So based on what you're trying to do, it may say if you have this feature, you may now splay your cards left, or you may splay your cards right. So you'll move in one direction or the other. And that can be really helpful to help you propel yourself into the newest eras, because some of those later eras are kind of hard to get to.
Yeah, that's the main feature about this particular civilization building game, is the splaying in multiple directions. There are other games where you build civilizations, but I don't believe they do that.
Okay.
So that's on my list too, by the way.
Why do you like it?
For that reason.
For the splaying?
For the splaying reason.
Okay.
Yep. So on my list, next up on my list, is a little game called Am I Death Now?
Oh, I have that.
Question mark. So you're on your list too?
Yeah, I have I Am Death Now.
So it's one we play around Halloween time. And the theme of the game is that you are an apprentice to the Grim Reaper, and you are trying to become the new death to take over. And so you have to practice hurting people, or
you're trying to
reaping people.
You're trying to kill off everyone else.
Yeah, so you're practicing, and
well, actually, you're trying to kill your own people.
Yeah, you have a bunch of people that you need to kill. They're really cute people, so it's kind of a shame to kill them off during the game, but that's the way it is. If you want to be death, you got to be hard about these things, and that's the game I chose. Am I Death Now?
Yeah. And one thing that I like about it also is that while you're trying to get the resources to, each one has a secret fear, and certain things that don't work, you can't use maybe anything about political science with this kid who is very good at political science. You'll have different people and different abilities, but I just think that it's a very clever game. It can be take thatty because you're trying to stop your opponents from killing all your people, and maybe say you have to bring someone back from your graveyard. So back somebody goes, or maybe if you have both of these characters, you get an extra bump in this ability.
They have some synergy with the cards.
Okay, my next one that I will mention then is Iguazu.
Oh, that's on my list too.
Is it really?
Yes.
I love Iguazu. It's by Habra, which Habra usually does, family-friendly or kid games, especially for younger kids. It's really good. But in Iguazu, one thing that I thought was really fascinating is you have a board that's almost three-dimensional, and it's lifted up on the sides, and you have these slats that go across it. So the idea is that you're going across this waterfall, so you can't see what's under. It's a rainforest waterfall, I believe, but you're playing these cards in a very simple manner. Like if you have a red card, you'll get to put a pebble down on the first red at the top. And then I think it's the higher up you go, the more points you have. I can't remember. It's been a little while since we played it. We should play this again. But it's a beautiful game, and you're just trying to collect as many points as you can as you go across.
And I like as the rounds go by, it goes down, the game board slats move.
Right, that's what I'm saying. It moves across.
Yeah, so it looks like you're on a waterfall.
Yeah.
Looks like you're on Iguazu.
Iguazu.
It's a water game.
It's a water game. Yeah. And you always put on the next one, you'll put a water droplet somewhere. So it's good. I like it.
So I have 2 more left on my list.
I have 2 more as well.
Okay, so the next one up on my list, I just found out in preparing for this video that this is an I game.
Oh.
I never knew that it was an I game.
Now I'm curious.
So
okay.
It's called Irresponsibility.
Oh, you got Mr. Toast.
Which I call Mr. Toast.
Okay.
Right? So
that's good.
You have this character, Mr. Toast, and all his buddies.
Mm-hmm.
I can't quite name any of them right now, but
Shaky Bacon.
Shaky Bacon. Yes. So the artwork is really cute on these cards and really simple, and it's like other card games. You're trying to avoid responsibility and have fun. That's the goal of the game. Right?
I don't know if I have a lot of games that have that, but definitely this one does that.
Well, I'm thinking like
Shaky
or
those are the only two I can think of that do that.
So you're playing cards, you're trying to have fun with your friends who will help you have fun, and they're all worth points. And then your opponents will play responsibility cards on you, like now you must mow the lawn, or now you've got to study, some horrible thing like this. And then you have to come up with other cards to eliminate the responsibility cards if you can, or suffer the consequences of responsibility. So Mr. Toast, also known as Irresponsibility.
So I actually found this game at Comic-Con one year. I believe it was a game, it was a contest that was held by, might have been Hasbro. I think it was Hasbro, and people submitted games, and this game happened to win. So they were able to be produced by Hasbro, but this is like the original version of the game. So I bought this very early on. It's fun. It's made by a comic book company.
It's very fun. Mr. Toast.
Mr. Toast.
An I game.
Okay, so my next game is Illiterati. It is a co-op game where, no, it's not on, oh, I thought you were looking at my shelf. It's not on the shelf. Illiterati, it is a co-op game where you're getting a handful of letters and you have certain goals that you have to accomplish. Maybe it is you need all your letters to spell out words that are different companies, or maybe it's you have to do mathematical names or things like that. And the thing is, you're not just playing it alone. Like someone else has letters that you need, you can start swapping letters. You have a market that has letters that anybody can use. They're not owned by anyone. You might have blanks in there, like sort of like Scrabble. Sometimes it has to be a symbol that's on the card or on the tiles. So, and if you don't succeed, then the villains start to come out and they'll start to mess with you, and you have to start giving up maybe letters. You have to do an additional action. So that is Illiterati.
I like this game because I like word games.
Yeah, he's very good at them.
I also hate this game because I hate timed games, and there are sand timers in this game.
There can be. We tend not to play with him because he doesn't like timers.
I just say that it's still a difficult game even if you take the timers out.
Yeah.
It's still a difficult game.
Okay.
All right, so that brings me up to my number one.
That is well for me. I wonder if it's the same game.
It might be the same game. My number one I game is
Isle of Cats.
Boy, you got lucky that it was. What if it was different? We would have just clashed.
It would have clashed, but that would have been okay. Why do you like Isle of Clash? Isle of Cats.
Isle of Clash. I like Isle of Clash.
It's the Clash, man. They sing all about these Isle of Cats.
The Isle of Cats. The basic idea of the game is there is an Isle of Cats and it's on fire, and you're trying to rescue the cats.
Is it on fire? This one is not on fire.
You're trying to rescue the cats
before the evil guy comes over. That's why.
Okay, it's not on fire yet.
No, that's a different game.
Okay.
Yes.
Anyway, you're trying to rescue the cats. You have a ship with various sized compartments on the ship. You've got baskets, which you use to rescue the cats. And you also get points for arranging your cats in various shapes on the boat. So again, you're playing Tetris with animals. This is cat Tetris.
How well cats will stay still if you put them down.
This in another video, we were talking about playing Tetris with ducks. In this one, we were playing Tetris with cats. So you might have your a cat tile that's in a T shape, another cat that's in a Z
It's
shape,
all
and right,
polyonomals. Polyominoals.
polyanimals.
Polyanimals. Well, that'd
Yeah.
be a game. Polyominals.
And I think we just invented a game, polyanimals. And depending if you can fit them all together in a compartment or have the biggest group of, say, blue cats together or something like that.
Or you cover all the rats that are in the certain
Yeah,
section.
you'll get points for how you arrange them on your ship. And then there's also a little bit of competition in that you're drafting the cats that you're rescuing. There's only a certain amount of cats that are available for rescue each turn. And so if your opponent is going first, they might get the cat you wanted to get to fit into your spot. You're like, I'm never playing with you again because you stole my cat.
But you have to have enough fish in order to pay for the cats.
You got to feed those cats.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. So that's my number one, Isle of Cats.
I like this game a lot because, first of all, for the polyominal effect, I think that's fascinating to fit everything on your boat. Maybe you have to cover up certain rooms only. It has different goals that you have on there. So I really like it. Is a card drafting where you pick a card from a set and you pass the hand and you're picking. Then you have to figure out how am I going to be using this card. I mean, it could be you're using it to pick up cats, fish. I mean, just different ways. Really enjoy Isle of Cats much more than I thought I would when I first bought it.
Isle of Cats is great.
Yeah.
So those are our I games, discussing our I games today. What are your favorite I games? We'd love to hear from you in the comments. Maybe recommend an I game we've never heard of, and we'll try it out.
Yeah. Like and subscribe, please, if this is kind of videos that you like to see.
Until next time, I'm Oneizie.
And I'm the Elusive Bigfoot. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.